hip-hop since 1987.com.
Welcome to the Almost Famous Show, brought to you by Hip Hop Since 1987. Welcome to another episode where, unfortunately, my bestie, my soulmate, the love of my life, she's not here. She has to take care of my niece who has fallen ill. So prayers to my niece. Hope you get weather. Fallen ill. Yes, I have on my professional sweater.
Okay.
I got on my white man sweater with the collar shirt.
Got a little common cold.
I know, right? She ain't sick. She just ain't want to go to school for a week. But hope you feel better, girlfriend. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, and hit that bell so you can be notified whenever Hip Hop Since 1987 uploads a video, whether it's this show or another show that's on this wonderful station. So thank you again for tuning in. Thank you for being continued supporters of what we're trying to do here. Make sure you're following us on all social media platforms. We are the Almost Famous Show on the Almost Famous Show on Facebook. We are Almost Famous 215 on Instagram and Almost Famous 215 on Twitter, with no O in the Almost and no O in the Famous on Twitter. And be sure to always spell that famous with a PH, because we represent the city of brotherly love and sisterly affection and whatnot. You know how we do. It's your favorite Philly Jawns in the building. You know, my name Khanisha.
DJ Nish Nice.
On the ones and twos, as we do. My favorite She-J, Miss DJ Nish Nice is what I mean. We're going to get into some mixes. We're going to get into some dope topics. We got a lot to cover. But then again, it kind of been a slow week for news and fuckery. I don't know if it's because a lot of shows are on hiatus. I feel like it's been a lot of filler news, but there's still some really good topics that's going on right now. One that's very controversial in particular that I want to get into before we talk about, or should I just start with the CDC warns men about their facial hair and the dangers of spreading coronavirus. And I feel like that's a propaganda against Philly beards, and I'm not going to let them do that.
Wait, time out. Gotta kill him with this.
I'm part of
Philly beard sticking out. Listen, stop. Is that how we started?
I'm not going to let y'all shit on beards,
It's
okay? I'm a fan of the beard gang.
Here we go, the man.
Okay.
The man.
Don't
has created this virus because he know Philly niggas got Sunnis. My Sunni be coming in. I be having babe pluck my Sunni.
So I go get my eyebrows arched for my birthday a couple of weeks ago, right? That's how you know you get old, when you gotta get your shit plucked. And that's how you know someone loves you. And that's how you know you love that person. You're like, babe, this is the long one. It's been grown for like a month. Shit done curled. It got a mind of its own.
That's what she got. I bet you gotta get in my Sunni so I don't get coronavirus.
Now she has to do it. So I go get my eyebrows arched because, you know, it's my birthday. I'm trying to look cute. You know, like this girl. Cute.
Philly pop. Cute.
So usually I arch my own eyebrows. I don't let too many people touch my face. But I was like, you know what? I hadn't arched my eyebrows in like months. Okay. But I barely have eyebrows, so you probably couldn't even tell. It was like 3 extra hairs of the 5 hairs that I normally have. So I go get my eyebrows arched and I sit under the light or whatever. So I'm like, you know, just arch my eyebrows. You know, that's all I need, just to arch the eyebrows. She was like, and your lip too. I was like, excuse me. Excuse me. And your lip too. I was like, did she just sing and shave me at the same damn time? So I got my lip wax. Long story long, I ended up getting my lip wax, and that shit was like, more fire. More fire. So she put the wax on like I'm Tom Selleck and shit. Like...
For you guys that don't know who Tom Selleck is, Magnum P.I. from the 80s. Google him.
And she like, all this wax. Like, you would thought she was like painting the wall and shit, right? And then she like pressed it down. I'm like, this shouldn't be too bad.
Sand the paper. Shit. What is it? Sand the wall. What is this shit? Karate Kid.
Wax on.
Wax on. Wax on. Wax on. Wax off.
It's funny because Mickey said the same thing that I told her my wax on.
Wax off.
So, I got my lip wax, and now I think I'm ready to head over to Model Land, which is a new, I don't want to say amusement park, but I guess it's like a fashion attraction.
Where's it at?
I don't know where it's going to be, but Tyra Banks been doing a press run lately.
Okay.
And so if you've seen any clips with Tyra Banks, and her press run lately has been to promote her new modeling. And so basically you go, you get beautified, you get a ballroom gown, everything. You look like you're going to the Met Gala or whatever look you're going for. They dress you up, make you up.
Can I wear this?
She said come as you are.
Okay. I wear this
your haircut fly too. You should be good.
I got the mohawk cut off. I just cut the mohawk.
That's what's different.
I'm going for something different. I am going for something
different. Oh, because I kept looking at you the whole time we was like, I got some pre-production.
Cut the mohawk.
Oh, I like it.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm going for something different. I'm going to let it grow.
For the 2020.
I want to eventually lock. So I want to get my sides to grow. I might have to go like see a scalp therapist or something because this side is thinner than this side.
Like my hair like that too.
So just get in there and see what they're going to do
with the juices and betties, the jojoba's and the cocoa butters and the shades.
Right. So, after I see what happens, get the sides growing, and hopefully on my birthday I turn 40. I don't look it. Even though
are you really?
For feather base, I look old, but she just walked in the building.
Okay.
I would have asked her to join the table, but she was late. Anyway, so I turned 40 this year.
Wow! Well, congratulations. I wouldn't have never guessed.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Kiki.
Even though I have been knowing you for 20 years, and when we met, we was like 18, so that would qualify.
I was like 19, 20 when Kiki met me. I definitely was 20 when Kiki met me. But yeah,
that is funny. That's crazy. Yeah. Wow.
You met what, 2000?
Yeah, the end of 2000 because it was my freshman year.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Time flies.
Yeah.
That's why I ain't really celebrate my birthday this year, yo. I was like, just don't. Everybody like, happy birthday. I'm like,
listen, when we talk about birthdays, it's like national holidays out here.
They are, and low key, quiet as it's kept, I was happy and I did wear a crown. It was all jeweled out.
Asian.
Yeah, so I guess my next party, I keep saying going to be my graduation party. I should be graduating in May. I just applied to graduate.
Okay.
So
Okay, it's official. When you apply to graduate, that means it's official.
I know, right? I was dropping in the mailbox like.
So what is this?
I don't know what I'm gonna do without being a college student.
Is this
I've been a college student for 20 years.
The college.
Look, I got my ass.
DC.
I'm not going to stay in school, so I'm just going to keep going, get a master's. I'm just going to keep going. And every time Sally may call, I'm be like, the further I'm shit, so I'm back in school now. I got a doctorate. I ain't going to stop till I'm Dr. Kiki.
Yo, fucking.
I just want to make people call me too.
Dr. Kiki.
Miss Jackson, if you're nasty. Speaking of Miss Jackson, if you're nasty, Janet Jackson is coming to Philly in July, and I want to go to there. I want to go to there.
I'm not.
You don't believe it?
Okay. Don't fight me because
I'm like,
don't fight me. All right, hold on. I'm gonna explain this. I'm part
of the Rhythm Nation.
Okay, I've never been hyped to want to see Janet
really
in person.
I watched. Remember when the Velvet Rope came out and they had the special on? I watched it every time it aired. Every time.
When I think she did the HBO joint. I watched it, but I'd rather see Beyonce. I'm sorry. Don't fight me. I know. I'm sorry. I'd rather see B Live. I like Janet Jackson growing up. Not saying that I'm not, but I'm not a stan. I'm not a stan of Beyonce either. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think I want to see Janet Jackson.
If as much as I love.
60, like, I'm good.
Don't do that to her. See, this is why I don't want to get older.
I know. No. I know, right?
Somebody somewhere like, I don't want to see her old ass.
No.
And I'm like, I'm probably somewhere with bunny ears on, trying to act like a young girl. Like,
I don't know if I'm that much of a fan of Janet Jackson. I want to see her live. That's what it is. I think that's what it is.
I'm that much of a fan.
Okay.
Like I need to see her.
I can see you being that much of a fan.
Yeah. Like if I
I got her music. I know her songs. I'm just not that much of a fan.
I love her. Like I love her with my heart.
I'm sorry.
And my heart of hearts.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'll give you the one.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
But don't be acting like that during Black History Month.
First of all, my Black History Month folks been popping. Y'all follow the Almost Phamous Show on Instagram every day. If you haven't noticed, I've been posting something, an important fact about an African American woman because we, the Queen team, Rod not here, but we're women. So that's why I specifically said, you know what, every day for the because we get 29. 29.
Yeah, we
days
had
this
29 days this
year.
year.
So I was gonna post, and I post a different woman. Each day.
I didn't realize February was ending this week.
Yes,
I did not realize that.
29th.
February is my favorite month.
Well, your birthday is in February, so that's why. Like July probably be my favorite month. Like, July 1st.
Well, you can throw the whole rest of the month in the trash after the first.
No, because the second is my lovely fiance's birthday.
All right, after the second, after
the
fourth.
Then,
all right, just keep July.
My 60-year-old, his birthday is the 19th.
Oh, I didn't know his birthday was in July too.
Yes, we're an emotional household. We're all.
I was about to say all the feels.
So
address 2319 Fields Street.
We're all bipolar. Like we all have our moments. Like he come in angry teenager, and we just like then one day he just jumping off the wall. Hey, Miss DJ, Mom.
I just don't understand teenagers, and you know what it is? I don't understand teenage boys, and I think like with raising a son, I have this idea. I guess every parent does have this idea of what their child should be acting like at the moment. Because as soon as you step outside of this is the mood I'm in, and then you come in here with your mood, I'm like, all right. Don't disturb this groove. Don't come in here on that bullshit.
They can definitely come in and mess up a mood. They definitely can come in and mess up a mood.
Child, I almost had to beat my son at the farmer's market over the weekend. I was like, I will take this. I will take this aloe leaf.
I'll take a cue ball.
Take this bag of apples and whoop your motherfucking ass in this farmer's market.
That's too much barking.
After I paid $1 for these 16 apples.
I'll take a cue ball.
Yeah, I had to learn to, I guess, not, because I had to realize I was a girl and he's a boy. So we're going to have two different points of view, two different states of mind, two different dispositions. So expecting him to be the teenager that I was unrealistic because we're two different genders. And we're two different people growing up in two different times.
I was about to say, it's the generations too.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's definitely the generations.
Yeah.
It's the generations. I'm going to just leave it at that. I don't even think I got to do it in the gender.
Yeah, and then I'm like, well, why
really
you?
Because
like, he was like kind of low key talking back, and I was like, well, where the fuck they do that at?
Because in 1975, we wasn't
right. Not back in my day.
In 1859,
I knew not to even come at my mom like that.
He wasn't allowed to talk back in 1859.
Look, he was like, but why? And I was like, oh no, you did. Oh no. All he said was, but why?
The infamous, but why?
I'm like, shut up, nigga. I got all pinky on. No, I ain't playing him.
The infamous, but why?
But why almost took him out of here. Yo, that would have been written on his tombstone. Here lies Yaya. But why?
No, that but why? All right, so the but why don't really get on my nerves. But
he was like, and then he hit me with like it was like
it's like a but
like,
why,
cause
like
what you
oh,
saying is so stupid. I need you to explain it to me. He was like, but why?
I was
why?
Like it's been time.
Oh, because I will hurt a motherfucker up in here. That's why.
So it's been times I had to be like, calm down. Shut the fuck up. Stop talking. I got a child coming in.
And then they'll keep talking. No, I just want to know why though.
I'm like, see, you don't know how to stop talking. He's like, no, I be trying to explain myself. I really have a question. So I'm
like, deal with if I kill him. Deal with if I kill him. You messing with a nigga with 2 strikes.
Yo, you're describing my whole life right now. Because that was like, so now I'm the calm when I come and I'm the mediator. Like, okay. What's your question? And the question be so far off left field because he still comes back to, but what?
Don't.
I was giving you a chance.
Why?
I was giving you a chance to explain yourself. You just made me look dumb.
Like, why? Why I gotta fuck you up today? Yo, why you just tried my life?
Yo, why you just?
Why you don't want to live?
I want to know why you described my whole household just now.
Yo,
like, oh
I was like, yo,
kids.
So when the people come and get me,
don't ask me parents, but why? This new age group, like,
and he had like his eyes squinted, that is the dumbest. But
they do that. But why?
So and like we're at the farmer's market, and I'm with my mom. So I'm thinking like, Oh, you done tried both of us. So I almost stepped aside to let her get it because I know how she get down, right? I look at her, she like,
Barbara Jean was like,
I'm like,
the grandparents is different. Because grandparents is
so now I gotta cuss her out too. I don't even know who you are right now, Mom. I'm just cussing the whole family out.
Grandparents is different. They let them get away with it.
Yeah. I lost faith for her. One time I was like, Mom, I'm gonna need you to go get them. Like we going through some things over here and shit.
She
I'm
took
saying
his side
ain't
immediately.
sinking in. So she go in his room. She come out.
She took his side immediately. She like, how you gonna call me and get me talk about something? Well, maybe we should talk to him like this. What the fuck? That's not what you did with
the
me.
way you talked to me, and even then, at least I'm still nicer than you were.
Exactly.
At least this is a democracy in my house. Your house was a dictatorship. So I'm like, and I was getting them. I was like, yo, when mommy get over here, oh, you gonna get it. Oh, you don't even know her. You don't even know her. But when she get here, though, she came in there. And she came in there talking shit, too. Like, oh, no, because we ain't having none of that. None of it. She go in his room, come out like, when he started crying.
That's the cat.
I was like, Mom, you used to beat me through crying. Like, I was crying, and I
used
still
to
was
get
getting
those
beat.
tears. I used to get beat through those tears.
And I
That's
used
the
to get
cat.
threatened for crying. Like,
You better not cry, or I'm gonna give you something to cry about.
or fix your face. You just rearranged that shit. How I'm gonna fix it? I don't even know how my lips got over here. You just smacked the taste out my mouth, Mom. I'm talking about fixing.
Niggas had Bell palsy from the rip. I've been through it. I don't even know why I was surprised. I should have remembered how I was from back in the day. Like, damn, I had this before.
Oh, yeah, they'll do it to you.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden she looking at me like, I don't know what to do when they act like that. I'm like,
Really? choke slam like you did me. How about that?
Meanwhile, if I hit her with a butt wire right now,
I'm grown. Own crib, pay your own rent. If I hit you with a butt, why? Excuse me? Like, hello? I've been out your house for 20 years.
Right?
I'm confused.
Girl, I got hit with a flip-flop on Thanksgiving. I was like, I'm old as shit. I'm in my 30s. You have no power here.
Right, the 60-year-old.
And she was like, fuck, I don't.
I know, I can so. First of all, y'all gotta be Khanisha Senior. That's what I call her. Like, cause that's I love her mom. Like, if I wasn't engaged and she wasn't married, I would have definitely proposed to Khanisha mom.
All my friends.
Yo, she's so cool too. Like, she just so like chill.
Yeah, she come in like, we taking shots of tequila.
She be dancing. She was doing a little dance joint with the boy.
Oh,
they
yeah.
was doing
Oh yeah,
so
her
Isn't
pop
She
cut the
Lovely?
rug.
Yeah,
Her pop cut the rug.
they was
They cut the
killing
rug.
it. I messed with Oed. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, he cool, he can have it.
She on her all-purpose
I was like, you
dress.
can have it. You good.
Okay.
She in good hands. I like you. She in good hands.
Them two.
Yeah, I like them. They was
Yeah, those my peoples. So yeah, that's my life right now. Just trying to figure out.
we just trying to make it.
And the funny thing is, like, we used to get on my nerves too bad for over an extended period of time. She's like, you know what? I'm going to return you back to that hospital that I got you from, right?
You just say that?
I'm taking you back to the hospital. I want to exchange. I need a new baby, right?
No, I like that.
Wait,
All I said was.
So then they go and close Hahnemann Hospital, and they all stuck with them.
I forgot.
I'm stuck with them.
Because
I'm out of options.
Revelation.
Think about it.
That's where Kelvin was hiding his baby mom side chick Joan at. And then she was in room 619 and Kiki had her baby in 623 or something like that. So she knew.
I knew that. I was like, well, that's a maternity wards. That's a maternity wards. Oh, I know that floor.
No.
I was on that floor.
Stop it.
Speaking of Wendy Williams, she's been in a lot of headlines lately. It seems like almost every show she says something that upsets the whole world. But see.
Like on her show?
Yes.
Okay.
The thing is, having watched Wendy, or having listened to Wendy since the early 90s, since forever, since the first time she came over to Philly.
Yeah, I think
I
Carter
think,
and Sanborn was when I was first.
That's when I was first introduced to Wendy. And she's always been super controversial. And now I think she's starting to forget that she on daytime TV because she kept it clean for a little minute. Right. She kept it clean.
Well, she was on daytime for like 9 years, right?
Yeah, it's been like 10 or 11.
Yeah.
So I think I don't know if it's just getting older and not giving a fuck, but she ain't been giving too many fucks lately. I think she forgot she was on TV. She talking like Radio Wendy, and it's pissing the whole world off.
Yeah, because Radio Wendy, Puffy got her out of New York. Like she was the one I think that put.
That's why she ended up in Philly.
Like I think she was the one that was trying to say Puffy was sleeping with Hezekiah. We're not having that. That's blasphemy because I love me some Puffy, and I love me some Hezekiah. So we're not doing that.
That's a bald-headed line. That's a big rumor.
That was major. That was a major rumor in my 90s. Like, God damn it, man. No. But speaking of Puffy, making a band, coming back. All right. Time out. First of all, we all know bad boy for life. First of all, don't do it.
I am a bad boy for life.
I literally drove to Maryland to try to be on season 2 of Would You Work for Diddy? We talked about it before.
Yes.
And I had got a call back, and I didn't make it, but I made it past the first initial. We all sitting at a table. It was like 30 of us. You get your resume. They ask you a couple of questions and stuff like that. So I was able to actually name all his kids and all that. They're like, oh, okay. So, boy, they try to play me
what's
like,
funny
you
is
look
that has
boring.
nothing to do with the business side of things. But I guess if you want
to work for Puffy, you're going to be an assistant. You got to know these things. So, boy was like, well, you look kind of corny, you boring. I came with my resume. I came with my resume because I came to work for Puffy. Like, I wasn't coming to
right here on the suit.
I did.
You look like Fruit of Islam. Came in there with a suit and a bow tie.
I didn't have a bow tie. But I hate you. So, all right, real talk. Because before we move on, we got like 2 minutes before we move on. This is one of like my last, like, I guess, like, something that I bought from like learners. Like, so I had
learners.
I had my blazer, you know, had my white blouse. I had my portfolio. I came to work for Diddy. I didn't come to be on reality.
Like I didn't come to play with you hoes.
Right. I had my resumes in my portfolio.
I guess you should have came in there with a shiny suit on.
Right. I should have came in there.
Take that. Passing out your resume like take that.
So I think that like he put some good bands together. Danny the King was great. But first of all, they had some joints on their album.
Great is an overstatement.
Nice.
That's a reach.
They was nice. The band album was ordered. I was listening to it the other day. I fucked with the band album. Came out 2003. I still play that joint. Bad Boy. That was my song. Enes. That was my song.
Yeah.
And
shout out to Enes.
Day 26 was. I still listen to their albums. Day 26. Day 26 can really sing. So he puts together. I don't know.
It's the
I don't know
staying power.
I don't know what he puts in their contract.
Look, you can either make the band or you cannot make the band.
I don't know what goes on with the contract part. I'll be trying to defend Puffy on that.
But it's like a hit it and quit it. These are like jump off groups. Like he not invested in them.
No,
the way
112?
like no. But 112 wasn't making the band. 112 was a musical act signed to his label. These little reality show, let's put these couple people together quick. This shit feels like a jump off. I'm not even going to take the time to learn her name. I'm just not doing it. I'm not doing it. You're not committed to this. These are jump off.
First of all,
these are hit and quit.
I go all in Day 26. Me and my family, we was all in. We bought their albums. Because Day 26 first album was hot.
And
then they had 3 albums actually. They had 2
Who
albums.
listened to the other 2 other DJs?
Me!
But you a fucking DJ, Nish. Of course you did.
I don't listen to everything. But I'm just saying Day 26 is good and they're still out. They they're getting back. All I'm saying is I'm saying this to say
this
as
year
far
26.
as far as Puffy and his business go, I don't know how he operated, but I know he puts together good bands that make good music. And I want to see it. I'm going to watch it. Now, Mace did just.
It's like that. It's like your brother that always got like a different girlfriend every holiday. I'm not taking the time to get to know her name. Like I'm not doing this. Don't introduce me to nobody else. You're not taking this bitch serious. So stop playing with us on Thanksgiving. That's how I feel about.
I get invested.
Nope.
I get invested.
Not doing it no more. Not doing it no more. I think he's invested in the process. I think he's invested through to the first album. After the first album, he is on to the next project.
This may be true. As we are on to the next topic.
And that's about as much time we give him and making the band. And I love Diddy. I love Diddy and all his endeavors and everything he do. And God knows me and Ciroc have had some wonderful nights. We had some bad mornings, but wonderful nights. So I'm not doubting his musical capability because Puffy gonna make a hit. That last train to Paris, I still listen to.
Right. Okay.
But you know these shits. This is a jump off.
Right.
This is not a relationship.
Where we going with it next?
All right, so I guess we can get into Juicy Smouye. Juicy Smouye.
What did Juicy Smouye do?
So he is still fighting the
good fight, right?
Child, he gonna keep the lie alive.
Didn't they?
It ain't alive. You believe it?
They just added some more charges or something like that, or
so it was a special prosecutor that was appointed to reinvestigate and reopen the case. So technically, the case was closed.
Right.
It wasn't any resolve, so it wasn't like it was closed. But after going to trial, there was a verdict or a conviction, or anything.
Right.
So technically, he still had the ability to have that case reopened. So some bored ass motherfucker was like, "Let's reopen this because he got us fucked up." So they reopened the case, and he's currently fighting it with a quote of, "It's a fight or die." And I'm like, "Die?
This ain't the civil rights movement, my nigga.
Die?
Is it that deep? Like,
well, who's going to kill you?
Well, is he going to face jail time?
The Nigerians?
Maybe the Nigerians. Is he facing jail time for lying for filing a false police report?
Let me find the.
Because isn't that like a misdemeanor? Like
it is illegal to file a false police report.
Yeah, but did you go to jail for that?
But sometimes, usually you'll get fined for the amount of time and energy that was put into the investigation. Yeah, they trying to lock him up though.
The Wiz said if you black, you going to jail.
Yeah, and you got them looking all crazy right now.
Here you go. Don't get him started. Here we go.
Oh man, see, it's a good thing he not mic'd.
Oh man, is Juicy Smollett part white? Isn't his?
I said it's a good thing he's not mic'd.
Oh,
okay.
mic'd. Oh yes. Oh my gosh.
So according to the Chicago Tribune, because everything is happening in Cook County,
Chicago.
Okay, so he appeared in court on February 24th. A distinct atmosphere of deja vu hung over. They all hype a distinct atmosphere of deja vu. Are you fucking kidding me? See, they already want to get him out of here. The charges, the former Empire actor was there to face were the same. The allegations that he staged a sensational hate crime attack on himself were the same. The breathless media throng awaiting was wait. Why are they trying? Why are they? This is not Shakespeare.
So
thou waited for thine charges to be ready.
They reopened
before
because
okay.
Was there new evidence? Was there something new in evidence or I'm confused?
Okay, it was. Okay, West Special Grand Jury earlier this month indicted Smouye on 6 counts of disorderly conduct, alleged he lied to police about being a victim of a racist and homophobic attack on a frigid night in Chicago, January 2019. The veteran attorney. This is why you need a Wawa. Because every time I go to Wawa in the wee hours on a frigid night, don't nothing happen. I get my little $6 combo. I get my little shorty with a medium soup. Because $6 is usually all I have left at the night of drinking Ciroc. Thank you, Diddy. So
black people don't eat fucking Subway. Go ahead.
That was the hate crime with that stomach, with that fucking sandwich did to your stomach.
Exactly.
He getting more time than goddamn Jared for molesting kids.
Exactly.
Subway always get Subway somewhere like, keep my name out your mouth. Keep my name out your mouth.
Subway said,
my name is Bennett, and I ain't in it.
My name is Paul. That shit between y'all. For real.
The veteran attorney was appointed last summer to investigate Smollett's matter After the first charges were abruptly dropped by the Cook County State Attorney's Kim Fox's office, bringing controversy and national scrutiny. But while Webb's investigation did lead to a renewed criminal case against Smouye, all indications where the legal battle may just be beginning, though. They saying like shit might be about to pop off. So after Monday's brief arraignment, Smouye's attorney said they had no intention of negotiating any plea deal with Webb, and that they would take this case all the way to trial if need be. Oh, they about that life.
Oh, okay. Excuse the fuck.
And as Smouye was on his way to the court, his lawyers filed an emergency petition with Illinois Supreme Court asking that the indictment and Webb's appointment as prosecutor be thrown out altogether.
Oh, okay.
It's getting real. It's getting real. I don't know what's fitting to happen.
Nothing, because ain't nothing happened to the president, so ain't nothing gonna happen to him.
Child, yo,
well, no, Brock is right. He's black. Something might happen to him. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. And now I guess to even the scales to make it seem like the judicial system is not racist, they like, all right, we're gonna find Harvey Weinstein guilty of the 2 lesser charges.
So he getting 4. So I thought he was facing life when it was 25 to life, but he got found not guilty for those 2 counts of rape. Because it was 5 separate counts of rape.
Right. So here are I'm going to tell you what the charges are.
But he got found guilty for the 2 lesser charges.
Right.
Which gives him 4 to 24. That's a long-ass range.
Ain't that a weird range?
4 to 24 years. Like, so much can happen within 4 to 24 years.
It could be 4 years. It could be 24 years.
We're not sure.
Bitch.
It could be 10.
You tell me I'm looking at a possible 4. I start bitching. I be like,
but
Steven Spielberg was in on it too.
But
I start telling on everybody. 4 years.
Allegedly, his daughter is now a porn star. Steven Spielberg's daughter or something like that.
What?
Yeah, friends of the family is saying, friends of the family is trying to say like he's going to support her all the way. Him and his wife, because they always support their kids. They don't necessarily agree with it, but they're going to support her all the way. That's what friends of the. He hasn't spoken on that. Again, it was on the internet. I was at work. It's on the internet. It's true. I was at work. I saw it.
Now, what's crazy is with the money that you grew up with, like, I can understand people getting into porn on some money shit. Like, look, I got kids to raise, or I'm trying to put myself through school.
Lawrence Fishburne's daughter started getting...
No, but she was just trying to get famous.
Right.
She
Montana
wanted her own
like
fame.
Yeah,
she was like, no, I'm about to Kim Kardashian this thing. These was her, like, her words exactly.
Okay.
This is the right quote. Like,
direct quote.
Like, she was like, no, I'm trying to Kim Kardashian my way to the top. Yeah, he was totally over it. But you can't be playing with black dads like that.
Yeah. A white
black dads ain't got time to be supporting you and your endeavors while you trying to fuck niggas on camera.
Make it play.
And you over here playing the biggest gangbang according to the Guinness World Records. Ain't no black dad gonna be supporting all that.
I can't.
They ain't got time for that.
Yeah, because
shoot, my dad almost sicked the dogs on my son's uncle when I was like, he's just here to pick him up to take him to the ball game.
Like, damn.
He like, and you are? I'm like, get the dogs. Call the dogs off, Pop.
Yeah.
He on his fatigue. He had just came from hunting. He had a rifle in one hand and 6 dogs in the other hand. I was like, and he like, who you here to see? I was like, sure. I was like, you lucky I vouched for you because my dad was about to kill you. And he would cause a self-defense because technically you on his property. And I got to ride with family.
And there it is.
So the conviction of Harvey Weinstein reflects an evolving cultural understanding of the nature of sexual assault. Blah, blah, blah. Washington Times. Let's see what he got convicted of. See, they done hit me with all this extra shit. And
that's what makes you not read it.
Right. And meanwhile, they try
already.
And they like, if you want to find out more, won't you sign up? And it's like, why would I sign up for a newspaper service in 2020? No, thank you. LA Times just did the same thing. I'm not signing up. Where TMZ? Let's see what the New York Times do. Okay. All right. At the bottom, it's like, subscribe for $1 a week. No, thank you. Okay, fuck. Why would I want a newspaper? Okay. Mr. Weinstein, 67, faces a mental... Wait, how old is this article? All right, this article came out yesterday. This is the New York Times. Okay, faces a minimum of 5 years in prison when he is sentenced Damn. So it looks like he's going to have to go to jail because they have like the mandatory minimums going on. So and it could be up to 29 years.
So a minimum of 5 years he'll spend in jail.
A minimum of 5 up to 29. So it's anywhere between 5 and 29 years. How much time did Bill Cosby get?
Like 30.
Meanwhile, his camp was like, "Oh, I see y'all still on that bullshit. I see y'all still sending innocent people to jail." I'm like, y'all out here stealing pussy.
Again, to speak on what D.L. Hughley said. Again,
the last person I want to speak on my behalf while I'm facing rape charges is Bill Cosby.
Okay.
Like, shut the fuck up.
These are continuous acts. Harvey Weinstein, Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, serial acts. They continue. Like, you had to be punished for that. Right. My only thing was, where's the interview, Auntie Gail?
Listen, and call your boy Charlie Rose while you at it, since you want to call people out and be act all spicy
about their friends.
You know, Snoop has apologized.
I know Snoop did apologize.
I think he did owe her an apology.
I think he owed her an apology on how he said it, because we said that before. To me, it was how he said it, not what he said technically. Like what his point was trying to be, what he was trying to imply or convey. He shouldn't have
said it in public.
There it is. There it is. If we was just around the crib, Snoop, me, you, Kiki, smoking, drinking, sipping on gin and juice.
And if he'd have turned around and asked me, like, should I say? I'd be like, yeah, say that shit.
Get at her, but then I was like, no, wait, give me your phone.
Look, and he looked at the other person, should I do it? And the other person, like, get him. I'm like, who the fuck was that? Was the method man in the background? Like, get him. Like, who okayed that? Because if I was that person, I'd have been like,
yeah, nah.
Why ain't gotta be a dog head?
Yeah, like it was a little disrespectful. Yeah, but I get his point of what he was trying to convey. It was definitely shouldn't have been those words.
Yeah, you can express your anger, but at the same time, we talk about Uncle Snoop from the LBC.
Sure, he definitely went LBC on.
And when listening to the album Doggy Style,
which I was listening to the other day,
the way he said was actually nice. That was borderline a compliment after listening to Doggy Style.
Okay.
I was like, shit, I'm a woman. He got me feeling like I shouldn't respect women. What the fuck is this album?
They don't fun at the homies can nothing. What the fuck?
Yo, he said, I have respect for you, lady, but now I take it all back. Because you gave me all your pussy. And you even sucked my balls.
W balls.
Can't even suck a nigga balls. You can't even suck a nigga balls no more.
Yo, imagine,
that's why I'm not giving nobody.
Fucking being 13. Imagine being 13, listening to this shit as you walk into Hamilton with your backpack. You want a smart kids and shit. And you walking, guess who's back in the motherfucking house with a fat dick with your motherfucking mouth. Hoes looking nice. And what a voodoo? What you gonna do? You really don't know.
So I'd advise you not to trust that hoe. That's a shame. We women. We are women.
Doing that.
Now the sun rotates, my name grew bigger. No.
How many people fuck this nigga named Snoop? Dog.
Come on, the above. I'm just switched on my host. No, Snoop. No.
Now you know it'll accent with my flow. One for the money, two for the bitches.
Damn it.
Okay.
Damn it, man.
I got it out my system.
Just gotta get it out real quick.
That was my shit, yo.
That was that whole album. I was like, pump.
Yo, fucking, when pump coming from the road, that beat fucking drop.
And listening to it that night when I aired to the speaker. Like, we hear my mom come out her room, got hit pause real quick. Like,
I'm done. Again, man, this shit came out like that shit came out like 93. Imagine being 13, flipping the tape over your fucking Walkman, walking to school like.
Child.
This generation don't even know what a Walkman is. They're like, what the fuck is a Walkman?
They don't even know what an iPod is.
What's a Walkman? What is that? I'm gonna ask my 16-year-old that when I go to the house. You know what a Walkman is? You like, look at me like,
but why?
But why? Yo, then I would be ready to fight him.
No.
Two fucking words. But why? 2 fucking words. The name of this episode is called "But Why." 2 fucking words. And then
I be worried because you know I'm a single mom. And I'm like, yo, ain't nobody in here to pull me up off his ass. I'll be like, all right, let me just wait
At
till.
least he got me down his life because she be one time she was ready to hurt this boy in the car. Like, I was like, yo, just stop fucking talking. He was in the back like, he was swollen in the back.
Breathing. I'm like, yo, you take one more breath, yo. I swear to God. You got one more breath, I'm gonna chop you right in the neck.
She like damn near jumped over. Like first of all, I'm in the driver's seat, she in the front seat. And then I'm like, you about to hit me? She like climbed over to get at him. I'm like, whoa.
You're a casualty of war.
I'm like, whoa. He's like, but why? I don't understand. I'm like, just stop fucking talking, please. Like,
yo, my son had me hot under the collar for like 2 days. I was like, shit. Had me mad as shit. Even he is a very sweet boy. He is a very, very kind and gentle soul. He is very compassionate. He's a wonderful soul.
He is.
But he's a teenager. And I'm happy that he is the disposition that he is because it makes this teenager shit a little bit easier. Because I recognize how bad it could be, especially working in education and seeing all, I have seen some things.
Right.
I've seen some kids do some things.
Right.
So, I'm happy that I don't have to go through all that. And, nobody's perfect. So and that was another thing that I had to let go of in general because I expected perfection from my parents.
Right.
I expected perfection from my child. I'm a perfectionist, so I try to make.
I'm a perfectionist at heart, so
I had to let go of the fairy tale that everything is going to be perfect and everything is going to be my way.
Right.
Since we missed a week, we just want to pay our respects and say rest in peace. I forget the lady name, Esther.
Oh, damn. I apologize. Older black lady from the films. You know everybody is Black Lady. Black Lady Anchor. We got Black Lady Anchor, Black Lady Esquire. Black Lady that was in a lot of films. She was in Boy in the Hood.
Black Lady Extra.
Black Lady Extra. Yeah. She was a professional extra. She was a professional extra. There it is.
Yes.
Black Lady Professional Extra.
And Miss Walona Woods, we were my favorite neighbor. I used to want to dress like Walona. Like Walona was like that bitch though. I got Walona spirit, right? Come right in the house starting my shit. I like my men the way I like my coffee. Hot, black, and strong. I still use that line.
First of all, time out though. Walona was gaming the system in the 70s. Because if memory serves me right,
where you get those Sergio Valentes from?
Don't you guys have kids that live in the projects and shit back in the day? Or they would just let anybody live it? Or was it low income housing? So you had to have a kid.
You had to have kids.
I thought you had to have a kid to live in the projects back in the day. To get low income housing.
Yeah.
Your kid would make you have low income.
I don't know no single person that had a project house. Everybody I know that had everybody I know that lived in the projects with a family.
I'm just saying. Walona was gaming the system in the 70s.
And she had a lucrative job at the boutique.
They would stay having a sale at the fucking boutique. I'm done.
Wait, remember she had to take a stand, was like, I will not be watching from that double mirror joint.
I remember that.
They tried to make it to the double mirror joint.
She knocked on the door, the white lady was trying to steal the panties or something. That was funny, yeah.
Walona, even though she used to get on James' nerves, she adopted Penny. She did a whole lot of noble shit.
But that was like season 6. But it was only for like 5 seasons. That was like season 4.
No, I thought it was 6 seasons.
How many seasons was it? 6
Because remember, what was the bull named? The stepdad bull that ain't nobody like. What's his name? Carl or something?
He tried to touch
older black gentleman.
He tried to touch
Oh, that was Walona's old husband. Her first husband.
He tried to
push up on Thelma. He was like, "Oh, you feeling out?"
Yeah. Oh God, my stomach. He gave me like creepy Uncle Butchie vibes. Like, oh, you getting thick, girl. Oh God, don't touch me.
Please, no more hugs. Please don't hug me no more. Oh, and it's always a wet kiss. Oh, like, did you just lick your lips? Oh, I hate that. Oh, nothing wears me out than when an older black man asks me, how old is you now?
I'm 10. I'm still fucking 10. I
don't care if my son's 16. I'm 10.
I'm still fucking 10. Please stop staring at me.
How old is you? What grade is you in now? Like,
I'm fucking married with a family. That's like, how old is you now? I'm 10. I'm 10. Please don't.
Oh, that's scary. You know what? And I think that's the thing I like about the Me Too movement, Time's Up, and bringing a lot of these serial rapists to justice, because I don't think people realize not only the trauma that happens to girls becoming women, but it wasn't like that behavior was stopped or frowned upon or checked. It was always, they always would tell the girls how to deal with it. Yep. Like, this is going to happen. Like, I remember when I first started growing boobs, okay. And I was hyped, like, mommy, I need a bra. I need a AAA cup.
Like you said, it's always them telling the girls how to handle it. This is what's going to happen.
Don't leave your drink unattended at the party.
Right.
Don't be alone. And don't go to the room. Don't, you know, like, and instead of checking
with all three of your girlfriends, leave with all three of your girlfriends.
Right.
Stuff
and the boys' behavior was never checked. It was like, this is how they are. So this is how you need to be. And now it's like, no, stop fucking being like that.
Exactly.
So I won't have to live in fear of you asking me how goddamn old I am and when I'm turning 18.
It's a shame that it took till 2020 and then people were still mad, like, oh, well, why they waiting until now to say something? Because motherfuckers been sweeping this shit under the rug.
Yep.
Black families sweep shit under the rug. White people pay that shit off. like they might
we
sit
can't afford to get rid of it,
right?
So we're just gonna ignore it and pray it away.
We're gonna ignore it. We're gonna pray it away. White people, they was sending their kids to psychiatrists and sit at 7. You see what I'm saying? But they gonna pay that shit off. You gonna get this what is it called, the non-disclosure? You know what I'm saying? So you can't talk about it. But I'm rich. Right. I'm rich, bitch. You know what I'm saying? And black people, we don't have that luxury to just pay off our trauma.
That atmosphere of sexual misconduct was normal. It was just normal. It was just what it is. Like, this is, boys will be boys, so just make sure you protect yourself. And that's why, like, a lot of times when high profile rape cases will come about, it would be like, well, what was she wearing? Was she drinking? Did she lead him on? And it's like, I could be flirting with you all night and still say no.
What did you ever see the movie with
Thanks for the drinks, though.
Jodie Foster?
Is that what Sadie? Her name was Sadie.
And she got raped
on a pinball machine at the bar.
On a pinball machine. Mm-hmm. What's it called? Witness? No, was that Witness?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
But it was Jodie Foster. And one of the questions that they and then the college boy, so the 3 dudes slept with her. They pinned her down a pinball machine, but of course she was in there dancing, flirty. She
had on that little skirt and her white lady pumps, right. Her white lady trailer park 100s.
You cannot be serious for 30 seconds. We was always
white pumps though. Look, I couldn't even defend that. I'm like,
they was like,
look, if I was been a prosecutor, I'd just be like, she had on white pumps. I rest my case.
She was being flirty. However, that was one of the questions that they asked, like, when she was flirting with me, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So again, even in the movie, and in that movie, that was a gruesome rape. Like it was deep. Like they showed it. Like,
I know.
Like
it was like the $1 million movie one night.
Yeah, like this was in the 80s, and they showed the boy holding down on a pinball machine, and he went, then another dude went, and they was in there like chanting and shit, and like all that, like
get it. And you know what's crazy? When I walked away from that experience watching that movie, like, I'll never wear a short skirt like that. Not thinking they shouldn't rape. It was all about. Just make sure I'm not out at the bar by myself with a short skirt and white pumps on.
The ownership was on us, like. We had to be accountable for ourselves. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. Right, because even with the Mike Tyson case, it was like, but you went to his room at 2 o'clock in the morning. Yep. So now it's like, what? I guess it was rape o'clock. Is that the time when all bets are off?
This has been another installment because I can't. Like, rape o'clock.
I guess is that the hour where all bets are off and my body no longer belongs to me? No! You don't need consent after 3 o'clock in the morning. 12, you don't need consent
after 12. Ain't nothing open but legs. That's the theory. I've been hearing that since I was 2. Ain't nothing open but legs after 12. So I guess
and 7-11.
11:59. Bring your ass to the house. Okay,
that's true. That is true. No, I still be trying to get home before the street lights come on. Like, let me just go head on because niggas be bugging after midnight.
Now it's like literally now it's just crazy. Like I always look back, like, because they sex trafficking and all that. Like, I'm scared.
Look, go on and catch me if you want to with the sex trafficking. You're going to be sadly disappointed because you need somebody that's in great shape and good health. Not after these Newports. not the way I drink on the weekends.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for some organs, you're gonna be mad as shit when you see this liver. So go on and kidnap me if you want to.
Yo. They gonna see my ass back. I'll be fighting for life.
Right. They're like, won't even want her no more.
Too much energy, goddamn it.
Right. I always say I'm just gonna act like I'm cool with it, just freak them out. Like, oh, okay, let's go.
They're gonna be like, yeah, no, never mind, I'll pass.
So, yeah, bottom line, I'm glad that time's up. I still don't sit my drink down unattended, though.
I definitely don't do that either.
That's if my drink even make it to the table. As soon as they hand it to me, I'm like, oh, I take another shot.
Stupid.
But anyway, I digress. So rest in peace to Janet or Janae. Her name's pronounced Janae Dubois. Is that Creole? Singer and composer of the Jeffersons theme song.
Yes, she was. She sung it when we went on up.
Multi-talented indeed. And she was definitely a legend. And she played the grandma on the Wayans Brothers. And they had to make her look like a grandma because she looked good until the whole cast from Good Times looked good.
Except for JJ.
But JJ looked good considering JJ was like 27 when Good Times.
Yes, this is true.
He was grown. And I don't know what's going on with Michael.
I was about to say Michael don't look good.
But he don't look like he having a good time. He look like he having a hard time. He hanging in the child line.
Michael might have already had the coronavirus.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry. I apologize. Full circle.
Oh, so your boy Mike Pence is supposed to be the appointed lead of the team that I guess, I don't know if they're going to, are you investigating it? Are you heading up the team to look for a cure? Like, what is this team supposed to be doing? Are they the same team, like the same
for the coronavirus, right?
Right, because he keep appointing teams that can't do shit though, like the Space Wars team. Like,
watch the show Containment on Netflix. What?
Cause I got a theory that I don't want to say on camera.
Sound like to me. Coronavirus sound like the show. We watched it one Saturday. We was bored. Let's watch a movie.
Mm-hmm. Art imitating life.
We'll put it. I was like, we did like 5 episodes in one night. Containment season 1 Netflix. I'm telling you.
Cause I ain't gonna say nothing about what I think this is because I don't want to get shut down.
It's over.
Like I said, I have a child to raise.
We've been shut down. It's over.
It is a wrap.
It's a wrap.
Sorry, Rob. We ruined it while she wasn't here.
Sorry, Rob. We've been shut down. It's a wrap.
See, that's why you don't need to be out.
I know, Rob gotta keep us.
I get in trouble when she's not around.
Keep us together.
I get in so much trouble when she's not here. I'm sorry, Rob. So, mathematician, hidden figure, Katherine Johnson has passed away as well. So, another definitely someone who contributed immensely to the United States as a whole, to NASA, to science.
Black history, American history, and I think that's the thing about the Black History Month. When it was created, it was definitely needed because our place in history was not in the context of American history at all. And then turned into a month.
Exactly.
By a Black man.
Carter G. Woodson.
Yes.
So, and there was somebody else too. It was a whole team of them.
Yeah.
So,
but I always remember Carter G. Woodson.
Yeah. Author of The Miseducation of the Negro. So, I just hope that one day the history books will read the full story and not just, white history. And then on February, it's like, okay, so let's talk about Malcolm X. Right. Like, and then it's always the part about Malcolm X that's like, okay, let's talk about the part about Malcolm X that white people feel comfortable with. Or or with even Martin. No, Martin. I think with Martin they talk about what they feel comfortable with. They don't give us the Martin that we know because the woke Martin. But Malcolm X was woke first.
Exactly.
It wasn't until he started to retreat from the Nation of Islam. Then it was like, all right, now we can add you to the history books.
Exactly.
But I think if he would have died the way he lived, like if he would have died Malcolm X, then and had never had that falling out with the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, then he probably wouldn't be mentioned because why? Because if we're gonna mention Malcolm X, why not mention Honorable Elijah Muhammad in the history books too? Agree. So, the part, like you said, the part about Martin Luther King, because of the passive and non-violent nature of it wasn't until he started getting like, why look give you book, why look give you book, right? Like, Martin, we're not gonna be able to integrate anything, but why? It's like, all right, now we got okay.
Yeah, now we got to kill him, but.
Yeah, so, this has been a very eventful Black History Month. I do always enjoy Black History Month and, try to make sure I do something community. Sorry. Look, this means trying to talk about Black History Month like, these niggas. Sorry, Rob. I said I was going to stop saying that word. All right. At the end of Black History on February 29th, I get an extra day to spend with my nigga. Okay. After the 29th, it's done.
Good night.
It is done. Good night. After the 29th, I'm done.
Good night. So, any final thoughts of the day's show?
Rasheta, we missed you.
Yes.
But me and Nish held it down. Nish 2020. We're running for president. Oh, wait. That was 2020. That's so long ago. Shit. It's time for us to start running.
All right.
Fuck. Niche 2024. Right. We forgot to run for president.
We've been saying this shit for like 4 years. He's going to run for president. Fuck. All right. A lot to happen. I got games.
We've been busy. Look, I'm trying to get out of the school. I'm back in ICDC college.
All right.
I'm trying to raise this boy. So we forgot to run for president.
We will. We promise. We gonna be on the ballot in May.
Shit, we could have ran. They had everybody and their grandfather on stage.
Good night. So thank you for tuning in. It's another installment, another episode of the Almost Phamous Show. You can catch us on Hip Hop Since 1987 on the YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell, so you'll get alert every time that Hip Hop Since 1987 uploads something. Follow us on all social media accounts for the Almost Phamous Show on Facebook, Almost Phamous 215 on Instagram, and Almost Phamous 215 on Twitter. No O on the Almost, no O on the Famous. Spell that famous with a PH because we representing Philly. That's it.
PHILA period. EVE period. Clearly, we know our hip hop. So thank you again for tuning in. Rob, we miss you. Hopefully, it'll be all three of us next week. God willing, if we don't get shut down sometime this week, we're going to have to edit the shit out of this episode. Love you. Bye.
Shout my hip hop since 1987 niggas. Hip hop since 1987.com.